Well, I've got palm tree tragedy. Oh, I know, but life moves on, and this week is a big muddy mess in the garden, but I'm getting there. Hi everybody, it's Tim. Welcome back to my channel. I have been gone for exactly 4 days. I left on Tuesday, it's now Sunday. I guess that's kind of 5. But anyway, I left, everything was in pretty good shape. It has been so hot here and rained a lot, and now everything is out of control. There are weeds everywhere. Everything has grown so much. I'm kind of feeling overwhelmed, but I'm going to take you through it because that's what happens in a garden. You have nothing going on. You just keep waiting for things to grow, and then you leave for a couple of days and everything just goes crazy. And now I don't even know where to start. There's so much to do. But I'm going to take you through what has gone on since I've been gone, since I left last week, and then what I'm going to do today. It's supposed to rain most of the day, but it is Sunday and I am not going to waste it, so I'm just going to be out here getting wet in the rain. When I leave on a trip, the first thing I have to do is just walk around and check everything. The bananas are really growing. My non-hardy pomegranate looks really good. Bananas over here have leaves now, which is just amazing. I can't believe they grow that fast. And then my Trachycarpus, my female, is definitely really flowering out, and unfortunately the males are just not caught up in time at all. But I've got too many Trachycarpus anyway, as I will show probably on this video as I go around the garden. My hardy Russian pomegranate looks really good. It hasn't flowered yet, but the leaves are coming in nicely. I'm always happy when this comes back. It's just such a novelty. This is one of my clumping bamboos right by the koi pond. And I like the low growth, but look how I left on Tuesday and the bamboo just took off. I'm actually gonna come out and trim this down because I really don't want it this high because it blocks a little too much. And I'm trying, if you watched any of my old videos from last year, trying to keep the koi pond a little bit clear of too much stuff. That is my goal, to let you be able to see the fish, which you could barely do last year. And I still have to move my Canary Island Date Palm that I thought was a Dacty. Do that. I have to get the fountain set up today and working. But things are starting to fall into place here. My peonies are going to bloom in the near future. Let's see. We had a big rainstorm last night. Alocasia is starting to grow in place, which is good. It's really foggy and it's supposed to rain all day today, even though I need to be out gardening on my first day back. The Petesides are coming up all over the place. These do spread, so you just need to be prepared for that. But they like a lot of water. And then my lovely Chinese fan palm is doing great. And over here you can see one of my Washingtonias. This one came through the winter just great. And my Dacty there that I grew from seed, it got through the winter just fine. It seems to be growing. Lots of ferns over here too. They're spreading everywhere. And then unfortunately down by the pool, bamboo is coming up everywhere. And so I'm going to remove all of these down here. And I've got a lot of work to do down here. And I need to move a lot of plants down here as well. And just maybe, I'm pretty sure this is a male. I might get some pollen in time for my trachy that's up by the house, maybe. So I'm out here in the fog, weeding, and I just want to check. This is all Musa Basjoo. Sorry about the hose, that's just here, but that has died to the ground. And I want to show you over here. Here's one of my sables there, but you can't always trust it because look, this one's coming up. And if you pull this away, there's some hard stuff under all this. Like this is pretty hard right there. So even though it's died to the ground, and if you have these black stuff on the top, I usually just pull that off to give it some freedom there, and I'll probably get the clippers and do that. But these are definitely coming back as I'm weeding out here. But don't despair with your Musa Basjoo. Now, this is so funny because this is down by the pool, and up by the house, I have Musa Basjoo that's already over 6 feet tall. And down here, for some unknown reason, it just doesn't grow as fast. And today is a really foggy day. You can't see across the river. The pool needs to be cleaned. I've got trash cans out here weeding. It's feeling very tropical, but I've got so much to do. My return home from Florida has just been rainy, 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 rainy. And those of you who have been following my Bougainvillia dilemma underneath the patio know that I'm leaving them there just to see if something happens. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I had a Bougainvillia inside that died. I separated it from another one. I thought it died. I've left it alone forever, but I have occasionally watered it. I finally put it out on the back patio, even in the cold, and thought it's dead. But this morning I'm looking at it and I have life. There's some life coming on this thing. And I can't even remember what variety this is because I separated it so long ago and it looks so bad so soon. But this gives me some hope for the Bougainvillia under the patio. We will see. I'm not sure, but we will see. Of course, last week when I was in Florida, it was hot and beautiful and sunny here. And now that I'm home trying to get all of these tropicals in the garden, it is yucky and rainy out, which I'm not too happy about, but I am out here in the mud. I will show you. I am completely muddy and I'm trying to get plants in the ground. And every year, like these Norfolk Island pines, I have 2 of them, both were gifts. I decided they're going there just because I don't know where else to put them. And then my big gigantic yucca. So this also came from a house that didn't want it anymore. And it was so tall and got so big that I chopped off parts of it and got, I don't know, like 8 new plants because they're so easy to root. You basically just chop them off and put them in dirt and they come back really well. But I'm gonna try to move that over into this spot over here by my Mediterranean fan palm, which somehow this year has decided to get really, really wide. And I keep looking for seed on it because my other one is flowering, but I don't see anything. Oh wait, I do. I see it now. So funny how I saw nothing and now I see it. So I will get seeds again. Just what I need, more palms. Very funny, but yes, here's the mud I'm dealing with here. And over here I will show you, I've tried to consolidate most of my baby Trachycarpus, but there's way too many. I even have some over here. I clearly need to do something about that. It's Tuesday. It is still raining, yay! And I'm putting my Amarylis in back here behind my Trachycarpus because I have no place to put it and I need it to have some nice sun all summer long. And I'm putting some agaves in, and I actually cut back on my 2 Washingtonias that got really damaged from the snow, even though it was not that cold. But there is really strong new growth on this, so I think it'll be fine. I just need it to look better. Spring gardening in the rain is so messy. There's just dirt everywhere, and I'm getting dirt in the pool. Well, some of that's just algae, but anyway, I have so many palms on the deck, and here's my ribbon palm. I would love to put this guy in the ground, but I just don't know where I want to put it. And I also have to figure out winter protection, and I can't do too many new palms because then I am in trouble in the fall. So I think I'm just going to dig a hole and put this nice little palm in the ground, in the pot, and they'll just pop it out in the spring. Not the best situation, but at least it preserves the palm. It looks nice and it gets it off my deck, because at some point I actually have to have guests on my deck, and right now it's full of plants. So somehow I took out so much dirt that's right there, but this is going in nicely, and now I will just add some mulch around it, and no one will know but all of you that it's not really in the ground. I keep saying that I'm not going to block the view, but I have too many things. So I'm gonna block it. Sorry, the train over there. I'm gonna zoom in and show you. It's a little loud. But anyway, I've got some big, gigantic alocosias, I think, or elephant ears. I'm gonna put them on the backs, or toward the back of the fence here. But then I blocked the lions and the giraffes, but I need to get some stuff in here. Yeah, I'm breaking my own rules of not blocking the view, but it's just over here for the moment. Who knows what I'll do next. So I think the thing I love about a tropical garden is that you're basically starting over every year. It's like a brand new garden. But I could also say that's what I hate about a tropical garden, is that I have to start over every year, because here are pineapples that I didn't know where to put, so I put them here. And then alongside my Trachycarpus and now my Bismarck palm that is temporarily in the ground, and my big gigantic Yucca rostrata, I've got a banana coming up here, but I decided it'd be really nice to just have a whole little grove of Plumarias in here. So I've already got 5 in, and I'm gonna put a few more in here, maybe a lot more, because I can, and I don't know where else to put them. It is Wednesday, and this is the first day since I got back that I'm seeing this mysterious object in the sky. I believe it's called the sun. Shocking. Finally, some sun. And I have so much to do today in the garden. And I have to keep moving some of these down to around the pool. And I have more under the deck to do. I've got a very busy day. And then I have to actually go to work. Some people said, do you ever work? Yes, I do work, but at least I get most of the morning usually in the garden, but it's beautiful out. Today I am happy that I get nice sunshine, but I do have some bad news on one palm. Even though I got it through the winter of 23-24, my Washingtonia Filifera is gone. I'll show you over here. I started pulling on, I thought it was just damage from the snow, but I started pulling on it and spear pull completely. It was a good experiment, and You would think I would learn from my experiment, and this Washingtonia is coming back just fine. It got snow damage there. But you would think I would learn from my mistakes, but no, I just think it was my fault. The structure wasn't great. It was thrown together, and I'm gonna try one more time. So sorry, all the mess down here. So I have one more Filifera in the ground here. I have just a couple of my other palm trees that I'm not ready to put in the ground yet here in front of the pool heater. I still have massive work to do down here because it looks really bad, but I am getting things done. And yes, that is the first real casualty that I gave in on here. I'd already dug it out and threw it out. Sad, because it looked so good last summer. It really did. But everybody said it was questionable anyway. And my other Washingtonia that was snow damaged, it is coming back just fine. It's really climbing up there. Hopefully pretty soon it will be good. But yeah, the snow really did a number on this thing. Like, both of them. Crazy. So in this part of New York, there seems to be an epidemic or an infestation of groundhogs. And they love hills, and unfortunately, since I live on the river, everything's on a hill, and they love it. And they will eat everything but tropicals. Unfortunately, they don't seem to eat weeds. So right now I'm trying to catch this, and usually I'm pretty successful, but I've got melon and oranges, and usually that works, but this one is being very picky, and I need to set up another trap and relocate them someplace, which is illegal to do in New York, but at the same time, I can't just kill them. But I do try to put them out where they won't bother anybody. They are so pesty though, because they, like, if anything like delphiniums, they will go after the most expensive thing. I am happy all these ferns are coming up over here though, as long as it just keeps raining and everything. And then a couple of you have asked about this weird kite I have down here. The kite is here to try to deter the grackles, which is a type of blackbird that loves to get up in this bamboo right here, which wouldn't be so bad. And I think I've kind of got them way over in this bamboo grove now. But what I don't like is when they have their nest, they take the droppings out of the nest and like to throw them all around the pool and in the pool, which is disgusting. So I'm trying to keep them out of here and far enough away from the pool so that doesn't happen. And it seems to be working. I really want to get rid of this bamboo here and put something else. It was great at the time to provide some privacy for the pool, but I don't need it as much now because I've got other stuff on the border. But yeah, I'm slowly going to get rid of it, but I know that's a huge task, even though it's not a gigantic space. Everyone has warned me that it's a problem. And I had something in this pot right here, and there's already sunflowers coming up because these squirrels bury sunflowers everywhere on this property. And if only the garter snakes would eat groundhogs, that problem would be solved, because I've got little tiny snakes hiding all over the place. They really don't bother me. They just kind of startle me when I don't see them soon enough. So I have a question for everyone on my monkey puzzle. It is doing really well. It's getting so much bigger. And I have a small one that I bought this spring. But you can see this little growth coming up from down here. I would love it if I could figure out a way to separate this. And so this is my question, everybody. Should I nick a little hole or cut a hole in the bottom of it and pile up dirt against it and see if I can get it to root right there and create a new plant? Or should I just cut it off and call it a day because it's not going to work. What does everyone think on this? Because I love my monkey puzzle. I don't want to do anything to hurt my monkey puzzle, but obviously that growth coming up through there, I really like the single stalk coming up. I don't really want two trunks, I want one coming up. And it is that time of the year when the koi are spawning and they're really, really rough with each other, which always scares me that they're going to get hurt. So far, I've been good with this over the years, but I can just hear them constantly splashing even when I'm down by the pool. It's now Thursday morning and the fish are still at it, just not quite as bad as yesterday. Yesterday the water was just crazy and they would just nonstop. This morning it's a little bit calmer, but it is still early. And I am happy that we have some sun this morning, but guess what? It's going to rain for a day and a half, nonstop rain. So I've got to hurry up and get things done today. My olive tree, trying to zoom in, is going to bloom. There's lots of buds on it. And that will be very nice if they do bloom. It's produced fruit before, just not too many. So I am very sad to say, second palm casualty, my Canary Island Date Palm. It major spear pull out of the center. Bet I can even pull this out right here. Yeah. It looks so good when I opened it up in the early spring, but the transplant killed it. Very sad. I had this palm for 16 years, about 15 or 16. It lived in a pot most of the time, and then it's been outside probably 4 or 5 years, and it really started to take off. But as those of you saw, it lived over too close to the pond. I really didn't think it was going to survive, and it did. But as you can see, it got a really nice trunk on it. It was doing really well. And luckily, the one that I put in its place, which I thought was a Dacty, is a Canary Island Date. So I'm just going to move that one over here and sadly dig up this one. Oh, just so sad about this. And now I have the Canary Island Date Palm that I didn't know I had is there. And it's about, I would say, almost 3 feet tall from the base to the top, maybe 2.5, but I think it's gonna look nice there. It's got lots of room to grow. I've got stuff around it right now, but room to grow. Now I'm gonna put the Dacty where that one was, and then hopefully I'm not moving more palm trees this season. So I think this is a pretty decent sized Dacty. I grew it from seed. It is 2 foot from the bottom of the trunk all the way up. And it's gonna go right here where the original Canary Island Date was. And then my misjudged Canary Island Date that has now moved over there. It's like musical chairs, but this should be a really good place for it. And like I said, hopefully no more palm moving after this. I'm tired of it. I'm showing beneath the bananas here is my dog, Evita, and she will sit here for hours waiting for the groundhog to come out of the hole. She has killed many groundhogs in the past. I think she thinks they're toys, and I don't like that, but at the same time, I like getting rid of the groundhogs. She hasn't gotten any this season yet. So it's been quite a week. Some really nice things have happened in the garden, and obviously 2 of my palm tree tragedies have happened. I'm more upset about the Canary Island Date Palm than anything else, just because I had it for so long. And as you all know, I get very, very attached to some of my plants. Not all of them. Some of them I actually don't like that much, but I have this problem where I will not get rid of plants. But yeah, I'm just a little sad about the Canary Island Date. It was a nice plant that I had for so long, and I was so happy that it had several years outside and got to really grow. But hopefully I have 2 of them now that I grew from seed. Hopefully the one that's in the ground now will do really well in its spot, and I will feel the same way. Maybe it'll take off a little bit faster too. We will see. I have run out of mulch. I really wanted to show you how much better all of the garden looked now that I got all the mulch in, but it's like half done. So that will be next week's video because it's being delivered tomorrow, and that's too close to my air date on Saturday. And the rain is going to come in today. It's supposed to pour all day long Friday. I think it rains Saturday morning and then we get sun again. So hopefully Saturday morning when you're seeing this video, if you watch it right away, I will be soon outside in the garden, in the pool. I have been getting in the pool. The pool's pretty warm now. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. That's really important. Please make comments. I love corresponding with everybody, as you know. And who knows what will be going on in the garden next week. I don't even know what I'm going to finish in the next couple of days. And I have another trip I have to take next week, and not necessarily to a part that has some great gardens, but there's one, I just don't know if I can go to it while I'm there. We will see. And if you've been watching the news, Newark Airport's all messed up, and guess exactly where my flight is out of is Newark Airport. So that's just always the case. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.